What up, where is your boy JusRzd, and today we chopping it up about Kaiju number 8, episode 5 and 6. Do me a favor. Go ahead, like, share, comment, subscribe, do all the things that you know you're supposed to be doing anyway. We on YouTube now. What are you doing? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we chopping up about episode 5 and 6 from Kaiju number 8. Spoiler warning going forward because we're going to talk about these episodes. Episode 5 was kind of a breeze. It was like one of those cool, funny, let's chop it up and build camaraderie episodes. It started out with Reno and Kafka sitting at the table looking at their training exam results. And as soon as Kafka opens his, it cuts to black, goes to the intro. And then we pick back up with the coronation ceremony for all the rookies that got solidified as officers in the defense force. We see Shinomiya enter the hall where the coronation ceremony is taking place, and of course she's greeted by all the other rookies, and they're excited to see her because she was like the top performing rookie in their class. And they see Reno. And so a few of the rookies start talking and chopping it up with Reno, and then they notice that Kafka's not there. They're like, hey, where's the old guy? Did he get in? What happened? And lo and behold, Kafka did make it in. He enters the hall super late. Once he gets to the hall, he just kind of, being goofy, makes a fool of himself in front of the whole coronation ceremony, especially when Mina gets up there and starts talking. He kind of has a thought in his head that he says out loud and kind of makes himself embarrassed, and Mina lets him know off top, like, look, we're letting you into the defense force, but you're not technically an officer yet. Everybody else is an officer. All the other rookies are officers. You're a cadet at this point, and you're gonna have to prove to us that you can be an officer. And so he of course salutes and takes the challenge, and then the rest of the episode is just really just camaraderie building, team building, them training with each other, all the rookies training with each other and getting better over a select period of time. But we have a couple slight interactions between Shinomiya and Mina, and that was cool. Everybody gives their backstory in the hot tub about how why they came to the defense force and how they heard about it and why they're choosing to be a part. And of course everybody gets jealous that Kafka is childhood friends with Mina. So that part was kind of funny. And then towards the end of the episode, we actually see an interaction between Kafka and the vice captain, where the vice captain kind of pretty much approaches him and just like, what's your goal of being in the defense force? And Kafka's like, well, my goal is to fight alongside Mina. And since she's the captain, that of course, as the vice captain says, so that means you want to take my position. And Kafka's like, no, wait, actually, yes. Yes, I do want to take your position. And so the vice captain's like, hey, I'm not mad at your ambition, but I ain't gonna give up this seat easily. And so they continue their conversation for a little bit longer. As the conversation ends, an alarm goes off in the base, and they're alerted of a kaiju attack in the city. And from that, the episode ends. So episode 5 was just kind of pretty much a breeze. Episode 6 starts off right where episode 5 ends. The alarm's going off in the base. Everybody's getting ready, putting on their fits and their uniforms and everything, and making sure that they got everything together to prepare for this kaiju attack. They give out the orders. We see the massive kaiju in the middle of the city. It looks like a mushroom with a mouth, with multiple mouths, and he's actually releasing kaiju, smaller kaiju that look like him, that are pretty much terrorizing the entire city. And so it's of course the defense force's job to subdue and destroy the kaiju. And so Mina's getting helicoptered to a specific strategic point so she can launch an attack, and everybody else gets orders. All the rookies are told that they're the last line of defense, and that they'll all be graded on how well they do and how much damage they occur, just based on defending the city from the smaller kaiju that are attacking, or that have spawned from the larger kaiju, and are attacking the city. And so everybody gets their orders, and they send out Reno with the red-haired guy. They send out Shinomiya with Kafka, and they send out the other two, some more rookies in groups together to go with some of the veteran officers, so they can get used to seeing how combat works and how their strategies work. And they mentioned, the vice captain mentioned, that they have no intel on this kaiju, so they don't know what's really going on with this kaiju. They don't know how to really, where's its weak point, what abilities it has. They don't really know anything. They just know that it's a fungi type of kaiju, because it looks like a giant mushroom with teeth, just being honest. So of course Shinomiya is going crazy. They're blasting everybody. The veteran officers try to talk junk because of because of how timid Kafka is, because he can't release any of his suit's power. He thought he felt the urge to it when he released it. It was only 1%, so he gets knocked back by one of the smaller kaiju, and Shinomiya gets mad at him, starts fussing at him, and then she just blows a couple of the smaller kaiju to smithereens. And just their interaction was kind of cool. It's dope seeing them have that camaraderie, because of course Shinomiya, Reno, and Kafka all know the secret that Kafka is kaiju number 8. And so they go around the battlefield, and they just show how all the rookies are like really stepping it up and really just giving it all they got, and how the veteran officers are like, man, these rookies are like really doing their thing. And of course you got to have a pervy leader somewhere in there in any anime. This time was interesting because it was a woman, so it was just like, huh, okay, that's a different take. But she's drooling all over a couple of the rookies, and it's just like, mama gonna eat good tonight. And it was just like, whoa, chill out. So it was just funny to see the different interactions and see the whole scope of the battle, see different people take different positions. Reno actually switched out his normal bullets for some ice bullets, so now when he shoots the kaiju, it like freezes them and it makes them easier targets. So he said he kind of likes it. I have a hint from a little birdie that there's more that's going to develop from that part of the story, but I digress. So they continue through the progress. Kafka's kind of feeling defeated, just watching everybody go crazy, and he just feels like he's not contributing the way the other rookies are contributing. So then the thought kind of crosses his mind, we don't have any intel on these kaiju. So he goes and proceeds to check on a kaiju that's already been killed by Shinomiya, and pretty much dissects it on the battlefield and just rips it open. He finds out where the core is, and he also sees that this smaller kaiju has like an egg sac where they could possibly spawn more of themselves from even after death. And so he gives the intel to the vice captain. The vice captain spreads it out to the entire battlefield. So now every soldier knows where to aim to destroy the core of the kaiju, and they know to pretty much destroy the egg sac that Kafka found in each kaiju. And just as he gives out that intel, Mina arrives at her strategic position via helicopter, pulls out this huge like plasma cannon type of freaking plasma rifle type of it. That joint was huge. She pulled out a big blicky. It even shouts out Kafka and is like, look man, if this is what you're aiming for, this is where I'm at. This is where you're gonna have to meet me. And pretty much destroys the massive kaiju in the middle of the city in like 2 shots. She shot it 4 times, but it was dead after the second shot. It might have been dead after the first shot, to be honest, but it was kind of a little bit of overkill. But it was like, all right, shorty, we get it. He dead. He not moving. He not moving no more. You blew a hole through him right in the middle. Then you blew a hole through his top. And then you shot him 2 more times. And it was just like, all right, bro, chill out. And so Kafka sees that. He gets inspired. And he's just like, man. The vice captain walks up to him. He's just like, yeah, that's where she's at. So that's where you got to aim for if you want to be by her side. And he's just like, okay, cool. He turns around, he sees that there's a kaiju standing behind the vice captain, so he tries to warn him. And then we see a little hint at the vice captain's abilities. He actually uses swords. As Mina uses guns, the vice captain actually uses swords because of his family clan's technique. They're sword users, and so he has these two swords, and as quick as he unsheaths them, he sheaths them again, and the kaiju pretty much explodes. So he pretty much cut it up at like super speed, and Kafka's just sitting there just amazed and in awe. And then as they interact a little bit longer, it cuts to Reno and the red-haired guy running through the city just taking care of little kaiju, and they happen to come across a man from the waste material inspecting a kaiju, and they're like, hey, you're not supposed to be in here. For your safety, you're not supposed to be in here, and you have to pretty much clear the area until the defense force is done. And of course they're just being concerned for the citizen, and the citizen turns around and we realize it's no ordinary citizen. It's actually Kaiju number 9, who we were introduced to in the training exam episode where Shinomiya almost got killed by him after pretty much acing the training exam. And so at this point we see he's in his human form, and he turns around and looks at Reno and the red-haired guy, and then the episode cuts off right there. And that's episode 5 and 6. It was pretty quick for episode 5 and 6 just because of the nature of the episodes, but I really love how they displayed how the defense force goes about the way that they strategize and attack the kaiju and protect the city in episode 6. Episode 5 was cool. It was a nice little episode. It was just a fun camaraderie building, team building episode. So I appreciated that, especially just after everything that they've been through as a group, and them being rookies and now becoming officers, and Kafka becoming a cadet. So it was dope to see them like grow and together and just really interact with one another and get to know one another, and allowing us as the viewer to get to know them as well. And so episode 5 and 6 were pretty cool, pretty dope to me. It was dope seeing Kaiju number 9 again. It was dope seeing the vice captain show a little bit of his ability. It was dope seeing Mina pulling out the big blicky and destroying, obliterating the massive kaiju in the middle of the city. So episode 5, I'd probably give it a 6.5. Just, it was a cool little episode. But episode 6, I'll probably give it 7.5, just because it was dope just to see the defense force in action, and to see that the rookies were making the veterans kind of second guess themselves. And then when the rookies were starting to run out of steam, the veterans came in and kind of took over and helped them to just regain momentum. And so it was dope to just see them see the coordinated attacks and see them work together to just the benefit of the city and protecting the city. I'm very interested to see where we're gonna go in episode 7 and 8. I'm assuming it's gonna pick up right where episode 6 left off, so we'll probably get to see number 9 in action, and probably get to see Reno in action as well. So I'm interested to see that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know if you're enjoying the series as much as I'm enjoying the series. I'm locked in. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm interested to see how this story develops. I want to see what Kaiju number 9's motivation is, and why he's doing the things that he's doing, because he's coming off real creepy, real creepy. And so I'm interested to see why he's choosing to do what it is that he's choosing to do. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions, or if there's any other shows that you may want me to review or cover, and then we'll tap in from there. And don't forget to like the video, don't forget to share the video, especially with your friends that are into anime who may not have even watched Kaiju number 8 yet, or if they have watched it, send it to them as well so they can also chop it up in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell, so that way you can be notified for the next time I upload a review. Normally I'd upload a review every Thursday. Got a little busy, felt a little under the weather as well. yesterday, so I wasn't able to upload this video. So got it to you today. And yeah, man, don't forget, it's free soul to the soul free. Skitty.